Hey guys, I hope you've been enjoying this time off of school, but I figured 1 week was a good amount of time for relaxation. I know you guys probably have been filling your days with all kinds of busy activities and all that, but before we get started with the continuation of our Spanish 1 class, I just wanted to review what we've already covered. Remember, this past semester we covered the present tense. This semester we've started talking about the past tense. Now, before we even get to all that, let's review our subject pronouns. So our subject pronouns, if I had my conjugation chart here, we would have yo, tú, él, ella, usted, nosotros, X, because we're not doing vosotros, and then ellos, ellas, ustedes. Now, we learned the AR present tense endings, which were o, as, a, amos, X, an. Our ER ones, o, s, e, hemos, X, n, and then our IR endings, o, s, e, imos, X, n. Now, throughout this time, I know I'm not going to be there in your living room or wherever you're watching this video, but please make sure as we do these exercises, you say the things we would do in class out loud with me. Pronounce everything correctly. Don't forget our So where we left off was Unidad 7, Lección 1, where we're covering the preterite of the ER, IR infinitives. Now, right before this, in Unidad 6, Lección 2, we covered the preterite of the AR verbs. Now, if you can remember what those are, it's haste, o, amos, X, aron. Now, keep in mind that some of those do have acentos. We have an acento on the E for the yo form and the O for the el, ella, usted form. So just keep that in mind. Now here in Unidad 7, Lección 1, we're starting to talk about the ER, IR verbs in the preterite, in the past tense. Now if you remember, I introduced this when we first started talking about the past tense. There are two different past tense in Spanish. Okay, one of them deals with one-time actions in the past, and the other one deals with actions that kind of continue throughout the past. So maybe, for example, I ate a pineapple yesterday. Okay, that's a one-time action that you did yesterday. However, maybe I can say when I was a kid, I took karate lessons. That was something you did in the past, but did over a long period of time. And so we're still talking about the one-time action preterite. So here, I'm going to go ahead and review what we already covered with the ER, IR infinitives. So we learned ER, IR infinitives had the same exact ending, which made it a lot easier to memorize versus our typical present tense infinitive conjugation charts. And so let's go ahead and say those together. We have y, iste, y yo, imos, X, yeron. So here we still have two acentos in our conjugation chart. We have one on our yo form and we have one on our el, ella, usted form, just like our AR infinitives. Now, if we continue going in our book and you turn to página 363 and look at the very bottom of the page, you'll notice the pronunciación. Now, obviously, we're not in a classroom, so I'm not watching you to make sure you're saying this out loud with me, but please just work with me here. We're going to kind of play it like a Dora Explorer episode here. So after I read the things, I want you to repeat after me when I get to that point. Okay, so let's read this together. La combinación que. You already know that C before A, O, and U in consonants makes the sound of the English K or K. To make the sound before E and I in Spanish, use QU. So here, this is where you come in the picture here. Listen and repeat. Que. Great. Queso. Pequeño. Raqueta. Quemar. Qui. Tranquilo. 15. Quiero. Equipo. Now we have this long sentence here. Wait till I finish it. ¿Quién tiene que hacer los quehaceres? ¿Quieres ir al parque? Okay, hopefully you pronounced those K's correctly. Now on the next page, we hit escena dos. Now, obviously, we don't have our different classmates to play the different parts for our characters in the escena, so I did something that you guys have been asking me to do this whole year. So I found the videos that come with the escenas with this textbook, and I added that here for you guys to watch. That's part of your assignment for today. You need to watch that video, and then afterwards, it's labeled as a quiz, but it's acting as more of a tarea assignment. So it's a homework assignment where you have to answer the questions based off of the escena. So it's in your textbook, ejercicio 10, comprensión del episodio que necesitan saber. Okay, you're going to have to answer those questions in that exercise and submit it. Make sure you submit it afterwards and I can grade it as a homework grade. Alrighty, miss you guys before we leave. Or before I leave, I guess. And before we finish off today's lesson, I'm going to have us to decimos nuestro versículo. Let's say this together. Romanos 6:23. Porque la paga del pecado es muerte, mas la dádiva de Dios es vida eterna en Cristo Jesús, Señor nuestro. Romanos 6:23. Okay, awesome, guys. I look forward to seeing your tarea submitted, and I hope to see you tomorrow. See you guys.
Da 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 da.